Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the timeless watch HMS 001. MSRP for this watch is 1,450 Swiss francs, which is about 1,550 US dollars. We have a domed sapphire crystal and a printed sloped chapter ring here. Let me zoom in. You can see the nice guilloche dial here, and then the gear the center of the dial is cut out for the gear there, which is attached to the second hour hand, but it's below that timeless placard there, so it's very cool looking. Um, Not a screw down crown, just push pull, so first position is hand winding, but let me pull it all the way out, and I will move the hands around so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you can see that gear moving somehow attached to that hour hand, but like I said, the hour hand is above that placard, and then the gear is below that. So yeah, very neat. And then down there at 6 o'clock, you can see the date. In that date window, it appears to have a crystal over it or something going on there, because it disappears at that angle. The date word disappears, I should say. But you can see the date window no matter the angle of the watch. So let's move the handset out of the danger zone. And then I'll change the date. There we go. See, I think it's a unique looking watch. It's pretty cool. It has the sandblasted finish here, but then also the edges are polished. The edge of the bezel there, and then the edge of that case back is polished. Then you can see these rose gold accents right here on the lugs. And then you have this plaque on the side here. HMS number 001. Then you can see the hands are gold, rose gold as well. And then there's also rose gold on this crown here, which looks like a gear or maybe a turban. There it is on the case back again. So you can see it says timeless, automatic, Swiss made, 50-meter water resistant, which really isn't that bad for this type of watch, with a push-pull crown, and then stainless steel. So this has a Swiss movement. It has the Swiss STP 1-11, which is similar to a Sulita SW200 in that it is a clone of the ETA 2824-2 movement. 8 beats per second, 44 hours to power reserve. Fortunately, you can't see the movement. I do like looking at mechanical movements, but solid case back, so you can't see that. It does have a domed sapphire crystal. And then the bezel is concave shaped, and then it has these little circle divots at each of the hour indications. So I think it's a neat looking watch. It's on a calf leather strap. Comes with a nice leather pouch, and then that's inside a cardboard box. All right, let's talk about the dimensions, and I'll get it on my wrist. No lume on this watch, so we will not have a lume shot. 47 millimeter lug tip to lug tip. 42 millimeter case diameter. 13 millimeter thick, so a little bit on the thick side. Diameter is a little bit big too for a watch without a rotating bezel. At least that's my preference. 22 millimeter lug width, and it tapers down, the strap tapers down to 20. 7.8 millimeter crown, so a rather large crown, but it fits on this watch here. My unboxing, I called it a steampunk watch, but I don't know, has a style all of its own. And then it weighs in at 89 grams. All right, let's check out this watch on my 6.5-inch wrist. I'm sure it'll be a bit large, but let's get it on here. This would be a good size for a dive watch for my, actually, you know what, speaking of that, let me just compare it to my SKX real quick. Normally I would compare this in the loom shot, but this doesn't have loom, so we won't be doing that. 42 millimeter case. The bezel I think is 41. But anyway, you can get a sense of the size here of this watch comparing it to the SKX. The thickness is probably pretty close as well. 13.5 on the SKX, and then this is 13. Also, it's a slab-sided case. The SKX has some curvature to it, and then also the bezel kind of hides some of that thickness too. The rotating bezel, that is. Anyway, let's get this on wrist. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and it really does help me out. So there we go. My wrist diameter is 6.5, wristband is 52, and lug to lug on this is 47. Now let me zoom out a bit here, get a little bit different perspective. I do like that. It's kind of like an open heart watch, but not really, but you can see through that gear, you can see some of the movement. And then the guilloche is very nice too. I like how that placard or plaque is kind of overhanging everything. Almost looks like the hand stack is balancing off of that plaque. Then you have the date down there at the 6 o'clock position. So very cool looking watch. That will conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time and thank you for watching.